I've thought a lot about what is the purpose of these videos that I want to make, and I had been struggling to answer that as I sought to create this introductory video essay. What is the overarching theme of what I am exploring? How does it matter to myself? And how do I hope to have it contribute to you? At times, I've thought of the overarching theme as exploring the religion that I've developed for myself. At other times, I have thought about it as exploring the philosophy of religion. However, it is both and neither of these. The purpose of what I am doing is to understand religion. What does it mean to humanity at large? And how, through that understanding, can I develop a religion that is meaningful to myself? And how can you come to develop your own religion as well? I'll talk about this a bit more later, but religion is this integral part of us that I feel is incredibly individualistic, but it also impacts how we connect with one another. And there are examples of religions that lean to this individual aspect and this collective aspect. Comparing Buddhism or Taoism to Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, I do want to talk about the religions that exist currently and my thoughts on them and how I will approach them, as I do understand that there are people who care deeply about the religion that they practice, and some of what I discuss may challenge or make you question some of your current religious practices. To begin, I think every religion can be beneficial to someone. I believe all of the ones that have survived throughout history reflect upon the purpose of religion and aim to stay true to that purpose. Where I think religion falters is when an individual manipulates that purpose for selfish aims. And I truly do love studying the religions that exist currently, and each one has provided me differing insights that have changed my understanding and approach to understanding religion as a whole. I care very much about showing respect to each religion as they form the base of someone's belief. And I want to respect each of you, regardless of what you believe. So if I misrepresent something in those belief systems and how you have come to understand them, know that I do not do it to cause harm, but that it is how I have come to understand that section of a religious text. It won't come up in this video, but just for future, please keep that in mind. Now that I've been clear there, I touched on it briefly, but to me, religion is a set of beliefs that is shared by a collection of beings. This could be a single person, this could be your family, this could be everyone in your country, or this could be all of humanity. These are beliefs and values that impact all aspects of ourselves. It impacts our connection to ourself, it impacts our connections with others, it impacts our connection with God. I probably have to do multiple videos on God, but however you wish to understand God, what I say here should be applicable, even if that is a disbelief in God. A disbelief is a belief, just the negation. The belief that there is no God. I believe that I should tell the truth. I believe that I should not kill. I believe that pineapple belongs on pizza. All of these are examples of beliefs, obviously of varying magnitude, but all of them help to shape who I am. There are beliefs that will only exist to myself, and there are beliefs that will be shared in others as well. Some may share that lying is okay when used to prevent harm, whereas others may believe that it is never all right to lie. But can we probe deeper to try and find a shared belief to connect those individuals? And I believe we can. Can we approach a belief that is common to everyone? It's not an easy task. There are so many different people in the world. But it is something that I want to explore. But I do also understand that there are beliefs that are specific to each person and may even be specific to the person that it's directed. I'm not going to tell my mom about the idiotic things I did as a teenager, but to a friend, I might. I'll be honest about it there, but otherwise I'm probably going to beat around the bush with it a little bit. And so this is one of the areas I believe religion plays an important role, as religion is aiming to discover these communal beliefs that exist in all humans' cores. This core of humanity that is shared between everyone. The next area that I will explore over time is how these beliefs impact our relationships with one another. How certain beliefs will eventually lead to collapse, whereas others can be abused and manipulated. And how beliefs can be shaped to both protect ourselves and develop stronger connections with ourselves and each other. We see it most succinctly in the phrase, treat others how we want to be treated. But that phrase doesn't cover all of the nuances that can exist in a relationship. If I told you I was going to isolate you from others for a long period of time, would that not feel disrespectful? To me, yeah. However, we have created a world where we do isolate others when they commit crimes, and it can be beneficial. So we have to look at the details of each interaction, and it is difficult. Every interaction has different nuances to it. In addition, the world is constantly changing and we are having to adapt. So can we reach a point of understanding that we can always fall back upon when we encounter a new situation? I would like to believe as religion evolves, we will find a set of beliefs that we can use to unravel a situation and find a path forward. And for myself, I have built a framework of connection that is built upon trust, which is a function of respect and honesty. Will it hold up? I'm not sure, but I want to see how far I can push it before it breaks. And that's sort of what I'm hoping to do. And then finally, and probably the area that I am most excited to explore and understand, and help you to understand for yourself, is meaning and existence. Religion serves to help us understand the world, understand the universe, understand our meaning in it. What does it mean to exist? How should we exist? And why do we exist? These are all questions that can be answered in so many ways, but they can also be disputed. And as I'll explore at a later time, I do not think there is any specific answer. If someone can find that universal answer, I am all for it. But even if there is not an answer, I think there is an importance to exploring these questions yourself and using them to discover who you want to be in life. For myself, my current purpose, my reason for existence, is to help others find their own meanings for existence, in addition to understanding religion and existence itself. They also do not need to be humanity-wide reasons. I am happy to exist to share in the love and joy of family and friends. I am happy to exist for solely personal reasons. I'm happy to exist to explore nature. And so, those are the three main overarching topics to this theme of understanding religion that I want to explore, and hopefully to build tools within that so that way you're able to come to understand your own religion in a sense and how you wish to practice religion, as there's so many ways. There's plenty of already fully developed religions. And I think they do serve a benefit, but I think there's something even personal within that where even if somebody else is Christian or Muslim or Jewish or they're a Buddhist or they're a Taoist, even if two people share that, they're still different people within themselves. They do not share all their beliefs. They are not the same person. And even within the beliefs of that religion, they may differ. I mean, Christianity has Catholicism, Protestantism. There's so many to even think about. Lutheran. I think that's the same with a bunch of different religions. There's a bunch of different subsections of that. So there is this part of getting more specific, but also how can we get more general at the same time? And it's not an easy answer. It's not a simple thing to do. And so this is my plan for the future, to explore these topics and share my discoveries with you. And in all honesty, I want to understand who you are as well through this journey. This is my world that I am sharing with you, the one in which I am existing. But I think it is important to also understand the world in which you want to exist as well, to understand the root of your religion. It has to be applicable for everyone. To know the root of religion, it has to be able to be applied to every single person in humanity. And that is not possible if I only look to understand it through my own eyes. I'm not sure the best way to do that yet, but it is something I hope to do as well in the future. And so now that I've outlined my overall plans and goals, I want to provide a list of topics that I will be going through in the future. And then I will also go through the frameworks in which I've built for those three main themes. But the main sort of topics would be God, my journey, trust, honesty, respect, power dynamics, examination of current events through the frameworks that I've built, embracing our core itself. I didn't talk about that today, but I will. The disconnection that we feel today, looking at different philosophers through these lenses, basic needs and control, the realities of survival, the short-term mindset and the link to disconnection. For what purpose do we optimize? Free will, determinism, and the role of God. Death, what steps can we take? And then also examining the world as the infinite and us as a singularity within that. That one's a little bit more obscure, but that'll be a later one. And so if you've listened this far, thank you, and I hope I have at least piqued your interest in some way. So thank you for existing, and have a good one. Bye.